Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Oh, I'm so happy to have you ending up the day here for Domopalooza. Happy to have you in my session. Hello, my name is John Lee from Dashboard Dudes, and welcome to my session. Can we please turn on the other screen? There we go. Welcome to my session, Become a Domo Top Chef, my top Domo and kitchen hacks to keep things fast, clean, and fun. Now, we're gonna have a lot of surprises in this presentation, and the first one is right here. If you scan this QR code, or if you go to www.dashboarddudes.com/topchef, this entire presentation, you'll have it right now. I pre-recorded it. That way you can just sit back, relax, and focus on the stuff I'm gonna teach rather than taking notes on every single thing. Cool? So that's the first one up. The second one is this. If you've seen me speak before, you probably know I'm gonna ask right now. I'm gonna say, who here has done scuba diving? Anybody done scuba diving? Oh, we got some people. Cool, cool, cool. All right, hey, for the people that scuba dive, what's this symbol mean? It means I'm okay. This symbol means I need to go up and breathe, right? So I'm gonna ask us all throughout this presentation to show me that we are okay. Oh, see, I'm not okay right now. My computer's shutting off, apparently. Okay, cool. Let's do it. Can I see how we doing? Are we okay? Good, love it, awesome. Now, I would love to ask another question for the people who are here. Whose first time is it seeing me speak? May I see some scuba symbols? Okay, we got some people. Wow, they heard food and they just wandered in. They're not on the right one, they're not sure. All right, for everybody else, if you have seen me before, whether it be at a Domopalooza, a Connections tour, a webinar, YouTube, may I see some scuba symbols? Okay, cool. Well, thank you, I'm very, very, very grateful. My question for you is, why? Why are you here? Even my therapist doesn't want to hear from me and I have to pay her. So I'm like, why are you all here today? Whatever, we'll make it work. Okay, so if you're brand new, you're probably like, who is this guy with the hair and how often does he condition? And the answer is John Lee, and very, very often. Now, I've been using Domo since 2016, so a super long time. And I have some notable things that I'm very, very proud of. The first one over here is that I won the Domo Educator of the Year award last year, and that's me with this award. And thank you so much. And I presented last year in front of 410 people, so I'm so happy you're here, that you made it in. I'm like a club, I'm an exclusive club. T-Pain is gonna be here later in the back, he's gonna help me out. But I presented last year where I talked about ETLs and I made Sprinkles at the same time. The year before, I did grilled cheeses and I talked about tagging and some other data and governance stuff. And Noah over here, right here, Noah was with me last year in Japan where we made s'mores on stage. And we talked about Domo features and some AI stuff. So my plan has been working. I'm just conditioning everybody to think about food and hunger with Dashboard Dudes. So when you think about John Lee, you're like, man, when was the last time I had dumplings or something? But we'll figure that out. All right, let's move in. This show right here is The Bear. Does anybody watch The Bear? Yeah, okay. This takes place in my home city of Chicago. I grew up in the city, not the suburbs. And if you don't know the show The Bear, basically this guy Carmine, he takes over an Italian beef sandwich place that is just hectic, it's just crazy. And this guy is his cousin, and he says, you need to learn what it feels like to be at a fine dining restaurant. I'm gonna send you to a Michelin star restaurant so you can understand why we're obsessed with this thing. That kitchen is this kitchen. I was able to go to that restaurant and went behind the scenes and I took these two photos. And that photo is the kitchen on the left, and this on the right is something called an expediter. Quick question, has anybody here been an expediter by Scuba? Oh my gosh, we have some expediters. I'm gonna give you trauma right now. I'm so sorry. You're gonna hear the ticket chits printing. On my review for this, don't mark that. 1 star, got some trauma out of it. So an expediter, if you don't know what an expediter does, an expediter oversees the entire kitchen. This guy's job right now is to look and say, hey, I need to fire 2 chicken dishes for whatever. I need to put a pause on dessert because somebody's to the bathroom or something. We need to make sure that everything comes out at once. Cool? I would like you to think of your Domo instance right now as a giant kitchen, okay? Take that time, put it in your head, and I'm gonna ask you some questions. The first one I'm gonna ask you is, how easy is it for your chefs to find ingredients? Cool? Are there duplicate ingredients coming in? Are chefs overlapping with each other and making the same dish? And what is the most common dish ordered? Think about that for your Domo kitchen. Essentially, I'm asking you this question, these 2 questions. How well run is your Domo kitchen? And how do you know? So I'm going to show you some hacks around 3 specific things. Talk about speed hacks, cleaning hacks, and some cool things. All right? How are we feeling? Can I see scuba symbols? All right, let's move into it. Let's get into it. Speed. So speed isn't always about going faster. It's also about removing friction. What I mean by that is you can make things easier for your chefs, for your Domo team. They can move much faster. So I'm going to go through this real fast. Let's do some examples. One is the ETL. I'm going to show you this example right here. I have an ETL right here, right? And let's say I have an analyst or whatever. I need them to recreate a whole new ETL. Well, what if I have parts from this existing ETL? Well, I don't know if some people just don't know this. If you highlight 2 or more tiles, you could just do that. This little thing, copy to clipboard, pops up. I can copy that sucker. I can go right here, and I can just hit Control-V, paste, and I'm done, right? I'm able to put in a spot, easy peasy. Now, what you also might not know is you can use this for any Domo instance. So if I can take something from one Domo instance, put it onto another Domo instance, and I'm done. And that way we can move and we can scale. Little things help us move a lot faster. So that's one way you can have your team move on an ETL. Let's talk about App Studio. Okay, another thing with App Studio. Here, if you need to put in a new page, we don't have to recreate that page from scratch. We could do something here. You can go to Import, basic things. I can go to Dashboard, and I can pick one. So I'm going to pick on, I don't know, operations right now. Little things that new analysts tend to not know. And I'm going to just say save, right? Easy peasy and done. And look at that. In a couple seconds, we just brought a whole new page into our App Studio. You don't need to recreate everything. And you would be surprised. I see this all the time. People recreate stuff. It takes a lot of time. Another one. We're going to move fast on this one. Hey, this background color. What if you're like, I don't like that. I don't like that purple. Well, I can just go here, edit style, and now I can pick something. If I want to say, you know what, I want that to be black, done. Cool, right? In dashboard world, when we have to do this in dashboards, you'd have to do each one of these individually, and it was a pain in the butt because I used to have to do that. So we're not going to do that. We're going to make it a little bit easier to do. Speaking of dashboards, I'll continue editing. With this old dashboard style, if you move dashboards like this, oh man, every card, I got to do every card height. That's a pain. I hear grumblings of the pain. Trauma, sorry about that. You can take this divider line, just drop it in, boom, and now you can move everything all at once to make that much easier for you. Little things, right? Little things that we can have our team move faster on. Cool, making sense? Okay. Let's do our first cooking thing, though. So I want to show that. Just little things get out of the way. Let's go into cooking. Hey, scuba symbols. Who likes garlic? Oh, now everybody's awake. Everybody loves garlic. All right, I'm gonna teach you how we're gonna cut garlic. And if I can have the camera, hopefully it works on me right now. We'll see how it goes. Pow. Awesome. Hey, so check this out, right? When we have this garlic bulb, we have all this paper right here, and then it becomes a pain in the butt, and then maybe you sneeze, and it all goes all over the place. Oh man, we don't want that. So here's a couple techniques that we can do to peel garlic faster. One is this is paper. So I've been soaking this garlic in some warm water for, I don't know, since we just started, so like 10 minutes or something. And now this paper is damp. And I'm going to show you a little technique of how we can make this faster for us. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cut off the butt right here. I'm going to cut off this little head. And then what I can do is I can actually cut this thing in half. And when I cut it in half, because this paper is damp, I can just peel it all off. Nice and easy. There we go. Boom. Done. I can move a little bit faster on getting this paper off. Right there. It peels off. And what's super cool about this is that it's damp. So now if I blow on it, it doesn't move as much as when we have our other dry one over here that I did. Little things that we can do to move faster. Cool? So if anything, maybe you didn't learn data stuff, you learned garlic stuff. I'm cool with it. But that's a little technique. That's a little technique you got with garlic. All right. How are we feeling? Scuba symbols? Good? Awesome. I love it. All right. Let's move on. Let's go to cleaning hacks. Okay, keep a clean kitchen by using mise en place and cleaning as you go rather than at the end. Yeah, okay, mise en place, we got it. I got to make a shirt with that. So check this out. If you have a column called country, if you say something like this, when the country, the cell in that country equals United States, then give me a 1. But the problem here is United States is all lowercase. What if you have a capital U, a lowercase s? Who knows, right? It's a huge problem. So what I do, if you know me, if you've worked with me, I make every single text column, I don't care what it is, could be comments, could be whatever, I make it all capital. I use that upper thing. So I say when the capitalized version of country equals United States, give me a 2. But we still have an issue. What if it's United States of America? Oh my gosh. So now I do this third trick, and this is the main one I use all the time. When the capitalized version of that state, like means contains. Train your analysts to use contains instead. When it contains United States, then give me a 3. This has saved me so many times with different iterations where I don't have to deal with a space before something or a space after something. Little things help us move a little bit cleaner. Bless you. All right, another one. I'm gonna talk about this one, cards. Cards, so check this out. My belief is this: if you are showing numbers in a card, there's no point to have a grid line. The whole point of grid lines is for your eyes to know where they're looking, right? So you could say, oh, there's that thing and move. I'm a huge fan of real estate. White space, put as much in there as you can. So we can take that off, little things to look cleaner. Another thing is if you are saying the metric like spend over time, you don't need to put it in the y-axis or x-axis or anything because it's there. You're done, right? Same thing with here, months. If you're saying, if people can read, they know what a month is, what weeks are, days are, you don't have to put the word month in there. I know, I'm a little harsh on it, but this is how I talk. My clients know this, sorry. So let's go do an example here too. Let's say I was going down here, and this is another thing that drives me nuts, is when I see this, by month, that little thing, right? Yeah, I'm hitting it. Is when you see by month, it's like you don't need to put that in there. It's real estate. What else would Jan, Feb, March be? My pets' names? Doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna take that off. Little things to move a little fast. How are you feeling? Everybody good so far? I'm glad that's good audience. Good, scuba symbols, good. All right, cool. Little things, make it clean. Focus on making it clean. I say this a lot. Data's a lot like cooking. You have to clean, cut, prep ingredients, and then you have to cook it, and then you have to make it look good. If it doesn't look good, nobody cares. So let's make it clean. Let's make that plate clean. All right, we're gonna move into another one. Green bell peppers. Scuba symbols, who's a fan of bell peppers in general? Good, okay, I'm looking for like who's not a fan. That's what I'm trying to really find out here. So let's check this out. With a green bell pepper, oh yeah, sorry, if I may have the camera back on me. Thank you. If we look at a bell pepper, when we cut this thing, people have a tendency to cut it like this, like all the way around the head, and then roll it out and do this. But the problem is we're not clean. We have seeds all over our cutting board. So we're gonna do a little bit of a different technique. We're gonna lop off the stem, turn it upside down. And we have these little meridian lines. There's the camera. Meridian lines all over the place. So I'm gonna actually cut into each of those meridian lines first, without cutting my fingers. Good. 1, 2, let's hit 3, and then 4. Okay, now what I can do, check this out. I can push back, and I can cut out this little membrane section, pull back, and that's our first lobe right there. We can do it again. I'm gonna do this real fast, moving. Number 2, number 3, and last one, number 4. And this is how I cut bell peppers because I don't wanna deal with seeds on my cutting board. And there we go. Check it out. 4 lobes, all the seeds intact in one spot, clean cutting board, yeah? That's the best technique. Cool, little tricks like that help us keep a clean station, a workstation. All right. Hey, who liked the garlic trick more? Let me see scuba symbols. Some people who like that bell pepper trick more. Okay. All right. Big garlic, you're in trouble. All right. Let's go over some cool hacks. Okay, now we can get to some really fun stuff. That's for just your analysts to learn, to make it easy. Now we could say mastering the basics allows you to then fully utilize the power of your entire kitchen, okay? I'm going a little bit slower on these sections. So one thing that I do is I utilize workflows. You ever have somebody new join your team, maybe new to Domo, maybe new to a marketing team that you're on, and then you're like, oh, I have to send all these data sets to that person and all these dashboards, and you forget maybe, or maybe you're out on vacation or something, they don't have access to what they need. Well, I set up a workflow. The one on the left is a workflow where I can say, hey, if somebody's brand new to this team, let me just select their name, and boom, they'll get all the data sets, dashboards they need. Make my life easy. Cool? Another one, On the right, I'm going to ask everybody who does not tag anything data sets. Let me see. Oh, we got some people are proud of it. It's cool. So when we don't tag anything, I'm a huge tag person. You can use workflows to search for, good, I love it. Use workflows to search for certain words. Like if a data set contains the word marketing, tag everything as marketing. Really fast, really cool tricks. Dan Hendrickson is amazing. I have some courses on this stuff. We could do that. Now, another one that I want to show is this Domo Discovery app. And I happen to want to thank Noah over here and Emmy right here as help for all that stuff. It was fantastic. We built this app together. It's in App Studio. If you search for Dashboard User Discovery app, you'll get it. And what this shows is it shows you, hey, here are some Domo features. When was the last time somebody on your team used it? How popular is it among other Domo users? You can kind of see like, oh man, I haven't done that in a long time, or maybe we have nobody touching anything. And let's open this up. I want to show you what I'm talking about. So check this out. This is really cool. I can select a data set. So I'm going to go here. So once you find out, maybe I'm not using a certain data set that I want to use, I'm going to pick on, yeah, we'll do that one. It's fine with me. Great. So now what's happening is I could say, hey, what's a tree map? What's that? And Domo GPT is in the back end, and it's telling me what this is. So it puts out this first paragraph telling you this is what a tree map is. But this is really cool to me. It's then telling you here's how you can use it for your specific data set. It's saying the word country, states, portfolio company. That's in my specific data set I picked, not something that's just hard-coded out of the box. It shows you what it looks like, and if you need to know how to use it, we have a little video here, and you can learn how to use it. And we have the same thing with features, and you can pick on how does brand kit work, all this other cool stuff. And for anybody who speaks Japanese, we can translate it a little bit into Japanese. So that's pretty cool stuff. It's free. It's in the App Store. Find it, use it, have fun with it. All right, I want to also go on to this one. I'm going to spend quite a bit of time on this one now. All right, we talked about expediters. This is how I'm an expediter for my own Domo instance and for all of my client Domo instances. I made this. This is my internal audit dashboard, my expediter view. So what this shows me at a glance, how many credits have I used? How many rows in Domo do I have? How many users? When is my contract up for renewal? I can see how many credits have I used versus how many I've bought in totality. I can also see credits by month, how many I'm burning, all that other stuff. Easy peasy, right? But this one is a very cool one. Let me walk you through this. This blue thing right here shows me all the data sets that have at least one card and no ETLs. Okay, cool. So I burned 2,455 credits on that. This one in purple is 0 cards, but at least there's an ETL connected to it, okay? 1,550 credits on that. This one is, hey, at least one card and one ETL from a data set. Okay, cool, 831 credits on that. So what's this thing? What's this pink thing? Well, I burned 2,703 credits on something that has no value. No cards, 0 ETLs. Why would I have this? And check this out. If I go down below, I can see every single data set, how many rows it has, how many credits I've used, all this other stuff in here. And if I click this pink thing, I can then see every data set that I find worthless, that I can take out. It's just junk right in my kitchen. And I'm going to give you a story. I had a client who had they were on the old model. They had 250 million rows that they were allowed. They had 500 million. And in an hour, I set this thing up, and then in an hour we had a call, and we brought it down to 145 million out of 250 in an hour, done, right? Because we have eyes on the problem. We know what junk is in our kitchen. We can take it out. Furthermore, you could do this if you click on any of these blue hyperlinks, it opens up to that specific data set. So it could show you, like, oh, you know what, maybe I want to delete that thing. You could at least have some review on it. Now, what I can also do is I have this by rows. It shows me how many rows have I brought into Domo by month. That's cool. It shows me different data sets that I have. That's cool. I have that too. But what I can also do is I can look at ETLs. So I'm going to open up this one. So this x-axis here shows me how many inputs are needed for every single ETL that I have. The y-axis shows me how many cards are impacted by that ETL. And the size of the bubble shows me how many output data sets do I have coming out of that. So here's where my eyes go right away. Boom, these two. This tells me I have one ETL that powers 61 cards. If that ETL goes down, all those cards go down, right? I have another client where they had an ETL that I think powered like 400 cards or something like that. And I asked, hey, can I see that ETL real quick? And they opened it up. And I said, okay, can you go to a select column? If you change the word impression to impressions, what happens? And instantly, everything turned red. Like, that's what I'm talking about. It's way too susceptible. It's too fragile. We need to break this down into smaller ETLs. I know that burns credits, but it's just a better gatekeep to make sure everything is clean. So having eyes on the problem helps you out. Another thing is I have another client who they are fantastic at Domo. They're amazing at using Domo. But even for them, they had people under them that they didn't know. They had 50 ETLs, all called new ETL transform. Yeah. He asked me, no one knows who I'm talking about. He asked me, and I was like, I don't know how to fix this. I don't know what you want. Am I go to new ETL transform or new ETL transform? You tell me which one I want. So I have like 6 in my instance, but I wanted to show you that. So having eyes on this helps you fix it. You can move, keep it clean as the expediter. And what I also have here is this view shows me the latest ETLs produced in the last 30 days. So I have another client, and they had somebody on their team produce an ETL that produced 4 million rows of data, and it was pretty big for them. I was like, what's going on here? But because we had eyes on it, we were able to talk to the person who made it, and I was able to ask, what's going on? Why do you have this? And go, oh, that's a test thing. I'm like, oh, are you gonna get rid of it, or are you done with it? And they go, oh, I was done with it, I just never deleted it. Now we can get rid of it so we don't get hit with rows and going over. Making sense? Okay, this one's a little bit personal, so I'm gonna vent on this one. So when I used to work at Grainger, my VP of marketing, he was like, John, I want every department, I want email, paid search, SEO, to have a dashboard. I'm like, that's cool with me. I work with these teams. Some teams are just really difficult to work with, but they need to get a dashboard. So I produce these dashboards. And then my VP's name was Jason. I go, hey, Jason, I got some news for you. That team that you wanted, that email team, never looked at their dashboard. He goes, cool. He's like, I'm gonna go talk to that team. You focus on the other teams that are requiring you to do work, right? That's my big gripe. I don't wanna make something, I don't wanna make a dish if no one's gonna eat it. So my thing is, have views on your dashboard. What are people looking at? If they're not looking at it, don't give them attention. Focus on people that want to double down on this. Having this view allows me to see the engagement, which dish is the most popular. I can see that again by number of cards, by inputs, parent pages, all this other stuff, no problem. And this last one here, this shows me how many people have never, ever logged into my Domo instance at all. So I have 27% of my own users who have never come into Domo. Okay, that's fine, maybe it's licenses and whatever. But if I move this little toggle, I can see, hey, in the last 120 days, I've had 3 out of everybody. So now I can have a conversation or say, you know what, take away that license, give it to somebody else, whatever. Make sense? But this is my expediter view. I look at this every Monday. I have a scheduled report for each of my clients. We come up on it. We have our briefings to go through what's new, what's happening, just so we make sure that we are in limits of our credits, our rows, usage, engagement, all that stuff. Cool? Feeling good, everybody? Awesome. All right, let's go into another cooking hack. All right, limes. Who's a fan of limes? Good. All right, no one's having scurvy in this room because we all love vitamin C. All right. So we have this lime. Ashley here has been chastising me for saying, you cannot juice a lime if you don't first zest it. So I bought a little teeny tiny grater just for Ashley so I can satisfy her like that. The zoom in is the best, right? So we can do that. All right, I'm gonna show you how to cut a lime. We're gonna extract the most juice we can out of this lime. And give me 1 minute. Check this out. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is, we don't want things to roll. We don't really want that when we're handling knives. We want to first lop off these ends here, 1, 2. So we have a little barrel. And the reason why we're also doing that is because when we squeeze the lime eventually, it's easier for our fingers if it's a flat surface and if it's edged. It just makes it easier to slip out. So now I'm gonna quarter this thing. If you know cage method, I'm doing that so my fingers are safe. I'm gonna quarter this lime right here, just like so. Cool, but we have this little spine here, this little white spine thing. So I'm gonna lop that off, real easy. Okay, now this is a trick that I learned in Thailand. Now, while you might be able to do this and squeeze, it's okay, we get a little bit of juice. Well, let's do it again, but a better way. I'm gonna come up here, lop off that little spine. Okay, I'm gonna flip my blade upside down. I'm gonna take this lime, there we go. I'm gonna put it right here. And the rind is actually protecting my fingers. And when I squeeze on it, the juice all flows in one direction, and I can extract the most out of it compared to what I did prior. So this is a little hack to help you get the bang for your buck, the most return on your lime juice. That's the quote that I want. The best return on lime juice for this. Cool? Awesome? All right. Hey, real quick. I need to see, show of hands. Who liked the lime trick the most out of all the tricks? Some people, okay. Bell pepper, that's still the king so far. And then garlic, some. Oh, the number's gone down. They don't want to see it. All right. With that, you know me, I'm a big live demo person, so I would love to invite to the stage some of my friends. I'd love to invite Janny over here from Regional 1, Ashley and Noah from Domo. Please welcome them up. The stairs over here if you want to come up here. All right, thank you. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for joining me. No, I'm gonna put you on that side, please. I know we got a tight stage. Jan, I'm gonna put you right here. That's for you, Noah. All right. I am the expediter, okay? Your job is you're gonna cut and do everything we just did for these 3 different vegetables. So you have garlic, you have the bell pepper, you have the lime. Let's do it, we'll do one at a time. It's not a rush. I don't wanna rush with knives on stage. I don't want that liability. All right, so let's first do it. Jan, I'm gonna have you start off. We would take a wet piece of garlic, please. Awesome. Looks great. You can put it down. Yeah, they know what it is. You can put it down. And then let's see, can we get the camera on? I'm just seeing if we're able to hit it or not. Find out. All right, great. All right, I'm gonna have you take up the knife. You can take your left hand in the garlic and you can lop off the edges. Yep, that one. And the other end, beautiful, cool. And then I'm gonna have you just cut that in half. Be careful. Oh, use the cage, yeah, good. Okay, great. And now just peel off the paper. And you got it. You got it. Done. Look at that. Fast. Easy peasy. You're good. Good. Great job as my garlic chef. All right, Ashley, you ready? I'm gonna have you take your knife, please. You're gonna cut in all 4 meridians for me. Ashley's doing fantastic. Good. Ashley also runs our Domo for Good program, by the way, which is how I know these fine folks in the front from Rising Star. Yep. All right, you got all 4? Okay, now we're gonna move one of the lobes a little bit further out. So use your left hand and push a piece out. Yeah, that's good. Now just cut off that little membrane in the middle. I'll hold this for you. So you're safe. Good, awesome. Look at that. You can keep going if you want to, but she got it. She got the no seeds on the cutting board. Good, you can keep going if you want to. All right, now I'm gonna move over here because I gotta work with Noah. So Noah's right here, beautiful. Noah and I have actually done this on stage. This is our 3rd time. The last time had Noah use chopsticks to hold a marshmallow, and it was terrible, fiasco. And the first one was using spring rolls. Ashley on, and look at that, it's like a little cage, looking great. All right, Noah, you ready?
Yes.
All right, first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take this lime, we're gonna roll it out. You can put the knife down. We're gonna take the lime, we're gonna roll it out. Good. Okay, now, that's good. It's not a massage. Now, we're going to cut off this root and that one. Zest it, we gotta zest it. I'm gonna get a slipper thrown at me. Are you left-handed? No, you're not left-handed. What are you doing? Use your right hand. Sorry. No, it's not left-handed. Use your right hand. Okay, great. That's good. It's good enough zest. We're done. Now I'm gonna have you lob off this part and this end right here, please, okay? Be careful, please. Good. All right, you're gonna put it on its bottom. Awesome. I'm gonna have you quarter it, so cut it in half. Good. Awesome, and then we're gonna do it again. Yep, you got it. Good, Noah. Okay, good. We'll move these out of the way. I'm gonna have you cut off that little spine right now. Okay, could you imagine if I was actually, no, we're gonna put it up. We're gonna put it up like that. Careful. Yes, oh, we're almost there, everybody. We're almost there. Okay, now, yep. You're right-handed though. So let's put this one in, and then we're gonna take the lime with our right hand. Yeah, flip upside down. Yep, so that part, you're gonna flip it so it's like this. and we're gonna put it in here. Hold it up and squeeze. There we go. Could you imagine? Those are looking great. Could you imagine if this was how we produce ETLs and it was like, I need you to remove duplicates now. Fire, fire, fire the line. Remove duplicates now. Great job, everybody. Give them a hand. I have something for them. Great job as your expediter. I have something for you. I have Dashboard Dude branded aprons for you that you can use. You can model it. You can sell it on the black market. You can do whatever you want. Thank you. Give them a big round of applause. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. All right, we're almost there. We're almost there. A couple things. Let's do some key takeaways. So one of the key takeaways I have for you is speed isn't always about adding more. It's also about reducing obstacles, taking away that friction, right? If you are able to just copy and paste things, use it faster. That's what we talked about. Teach your team to copy ETLs, App Studio, dashboard pieces to save time. Make text capital and ETLs and use the like function instead of is. Be a good expediter. Have eyes on your kitchen, what's going on. And if you are not already signed up, I would highly encourage you to go to community forums.domo.com. Me and other people like Ashley and other folks, we're constantly answering questions. So if you get on there, you have a question, maybe we'll be able to help you and answer it. And there are some other ways that you can train your team. So webinars, whether it's mine or it's Domo's or whatever. I host a lot of webinars, so you can see I have these webinars here. Encourage your team or go to them and extract what you can out of it, and you can see how you can improve. Furthermore, I have a YouTube channel. If you want to go on my YouTube channel, I have a lot of videos there where I'm constantly taking videos from the community forum, answering, putting a video so you can see if it relates to you. You can help yourself out. I happen to have a lot of courses too, like this is how to do all ETL stuff, data distribution like embed, whatnot, App Studio, workflows, a bunch of things in there. And another surprise I have for everybody, if you scan that QR code, you'll get this. You'll get all chart types. So I have it right here. I produced every single chart in Domo for the regular chart types. And I have this, I say this, does anybody go to like a Chinese restaurant, get the menu, and it's massive, and you're just scrolling through it, and you're like, this is like carpet samples that I'm looking at. I know what a side of rice looks like. I don't need to see a picture. I did that. So you have access to all of this stuff, and you can use it as best you want. And I got another surprise for you. I love coming to Domopalooza. I love speaking and helping people out. And one of the greatest things that I've had the pleasure of is when I'm at my booth, people, even just walking around, people have been saying, hey, I watched your videos. You really helped me out with Domo. I was just learning Domo. You really helped me out with these things, or you helped me on the community. I'm like, oh, that's so helpful. I would love to meet everybody here. So if that QR code, I'm giving you my calendar. I'm giving you 30 minutes with me free. Book that time, first come, first serve. But as many as you want to get on it, I would sincerely love to talk to you about Domo, data, cooking stuff, Noah's terrible cooking skills. We could just vent on that. That's fine with me. Happy to do it. But that's something. And I want to finish up with some other stuff real quickly. Okay, I'm going to take it down a bit. Your job here at Domopalooza is to just be inspired. That's it. That's it. Because here's the thing. If you can find one idea, whether it be AI stuff or even small things like I just showed you right now, and if you can apply it to your work and to your company, you can save 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes a day times 5 working days in a week is 25 minutes. 25 minutes in a week times 4 weeks is 100 minutes in a month. 100 minutes in a month times 12 months, 1,200 minutes in a year. 1,200 minutes in a year divided by 60 minutes an hour, 20 hours. You could just save yourself 20 hours of full days of work, right? That can translate into tens of thousands of dollars savings, which is the return on investment for a ticket to this thing. And you can maybe even find some revenue opportunities, some other value opportunities to get that. So look out, be inspired. All my clients, I'm always like, what inspired you today? How can we use this for your organization? So I like to share with you a story about my inspiration. I have been using Domo since 2016, and in 2017, I went to my first Domopalooza, and on stage was this guy named Brent Dykes. And he had a presentation called Stories Beat Statistics. And it was packed. It was like this room. And I was standing against the wall. I had short hair back then. I was standing against the wall. And Brent was just speaking. I was like, wow, this guy is amazing. He's really, really good. And that was really a lot of inspiration for me to double down on the Domo. And now I'm on my 4th Domopalooza speaking. So I'm extremely grateful for him, and that was a big inspiration for me. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I hope you find your inspiration at Domopalooza. Now, I got a couple more things. Again, if you scan this QR code or you go to www.dashproduce.com/topchef, you get the whole presentation, you get that all chart type thing, my Expediter internal audit dashboard, the calendar to book time with me. But I got one more thing for you. Last year, I gave out spring rolls, and it's really funny. People have been like, oh, you're the spring roll guy. Or some people get it wrong, and they're like, you're the sushi guy. I'm like, I definitely did not handle raw fish, give people raw fish at Domopalooza. But I want to do something a little bit different. So I have been making these. I have one right here. This is a measuring spoon. Instead of having 8 different measuring spoons, one side is teaspoons, one side is tablespoons. So you have one tool to kind of handle it all. And when you leave in the back, the people who let you in and they scan your badge, they're going to hand out one for each and every one of you here. Cool? All right, everybody. That's it for me. I appreciate you very, very much. And if you have questions for me, find me at the booth. I'll be there, and let's talk then. But thank you, everybody, for coming. Good luck on your Domo journey.